it's Talha here again today, and today is Sunday, but I was getting a bit bored, so I decided to make another video. So today, what I'm going to discuss will be about your programming, and today, what the program I'm going to make is going to be a calculator. Calculator. So we have done this program in the class, but I was just curious if you guys know uh, by now that you know how to make a calculator in C++, because you know that's kind of the base, or that's kind of the main that's the main program. You guys should at least know how to make a calculator in the C++, because it's kind of important, and by making this you will know how a function works, how the mathematical operators in C++ work, and how if-else statements and vice versa work in C++. So I think you guys should know how to make this program in C++, and it's pretty it's pretty interesting as well. So for making a program, for making a calculator in C++, first, okay, I'm just going to make a program right here. So first, what I will do is on the top, it depends what kind of IDE you're using. So for me, I use Mac, so that is why I'm going to write the code according to my IDE, that is Xcode on my Mac. So that will be in a hash include and iostream. In my Mac, I don't use .h, so that will be like this as it is. And then I don't have to write include conio dot h, it's already present in my Mac. So instead of what I do, I just using namespace, and then std. So what this namespace does, it creates a namespace that is your std, and we are going to study this in our later chapters, but for now we are just going to skip this. But you should at least know that this is a space for a name, for every name, for every C out and C in, and that is std. Once you use this statement that is using namespace std, you don't have to write std with every C out and C in statement and every end L statement. You can just write it as it is, like C in, C out, and end L. So here we have done this, and in this, in the so the one we did in the class, actually what we did, we didn't create a function, we just wrote the program as it is. We just wrote all of the program in a single function, that was main. But in this video, what I'm going to I'm going to utilize our learning, and I'm going to utilize our learning by creating a void function. And in that void function, I'm going to name it calculator. And in that function calculator, I'm going to write the code. So when it takes the parameters from the main function, it executes the code in the calculator function. It calculates the sum, the difference, the multiplication, and the division, and then it returns back the C out, the output. It should output according to the operator and the operands the user has input. So that's a lot of talking right here. So first, what I'll do, so here I am to write the prototype of the function, but I have not created the prototype yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the function that is int main, and this right here. So I'm going to declare the variables. So int I'm going to say int float. So we are creating a calculator, so that means that so that we should take float. You can take int values, but you should be more general towards your audience. You should at least let them have to use float values into your program. So when so they can so they are able to input point values, and they should get their answers in in the decimals, rather than rather than just getting their answers in integers. So you have int float, and you put so in float I can, so we need just two operands. So I put int float a and b. So a and b are our will be our operands, and then char is the character, and char operator. So for operator I'm going to use oper, and char oper is, yes, it's going to be our variable of kind of data type character. Then what we are going to do is so these two are our operands. Now we are going to output, or we are going to say that cout um, enter cout string, enter first integer, enter first integer, endl. So as I stated, that you don't have to use this this reserve word std again and again. You can just write these cout, cin, and endl as it is. So endl, enter first integer, and then a is or you can enter first number, because we are using the data type float. So enter first number, and then c in your a. Then you are going to cout enter second number, endl, and then you're going to see in b, and then you are going to enter cout, you are going to enter your operator, which action you want the function to perform for you. So enter the operator, enter operator, endl, and then you're going to see in oper, that is your the oper is the variable for the data type char, for the character. So see in oper, and then we are going to use the void function. So always remember that void functions are the functions which do not return a value, rather than the value returning functions which return a value. And we cannot use void function as a in an expression, in an output statement, or we cannot assign it to a variable. So we are just going to write so the function name I'm going to use here for the function calculator is going to be calculator. It will be calculator, and then I'm going to input the parameters that are going to be x will be our a, y will be our b, and z will be our operator. So now what we have done, we have created a program for the which outputs the numbers, the operator, and then it outputs and then it outputs the value that specific expression outputs. So here now let's create the function. So here, sorry, so here so you write this, and then what you do once that is done, you return 0, because it's the function of data type int, and then you end the program. But now we also have to write the function. So what we are going to do, so for the function calculator, what we are going to do is a function name, and that is going to be our float. No, sorry, that is a void function. So void calculator, And so that is that this all is going to be in one line. I just didn't have any space, so I don't have any space, so I'm going to shift towards the next line. So we have void calculator, and then we have so we just wrote the word void, then the function name calculator. Then in the brackets, what we are going to do is set the formal set is going to set the formal parameters for the function. So that are going to be our so that are no, sorry. So here, sorry. So here we are calling a function. So we are going to set the actual parameters here. So that the actual parameters. So these are our actual parameters: a, b, and this is char. Sorry. Here, what we are going to do is so a is of data type float. So float a, comma float b. Sorry, so this is all okay, all right, I messed up. So this is and after float b you're going to say char uh, okay, I messed up again. This is float x, this is float y, and this is char z. So these formal parameters, these actual parameters are going to be replaced. These formal parameters are going to be replaced by these actual parameters and are going to output you a value. I don't know what I'm talking about today. I don't know what happened to me, but you guys have to bear it with me. Sorry for that. So now we have a void calculator. We have set the formal parameters for this function, and now we'll say that if our upper, or if z is double equals, so that z is the variable of type character. So we can say if z double equals plus or positive sign, then cout our x. All of these formal parameters in this function are going to be replaced by the actual parameters. So we don't don't worry about when I write x, y, z here, because they are going to be replaced by a, b, and operator. So cout x, then we are going to say plus y. So this is in the next line. Xy equals x plus y. So if the user inputs the operator, if the user inputs cin oper as if the user inputs plus, it's going to output the sum of the numbers. Now else if z double equals minus, so it's going to cout x plus y equals x minus I'm messing up all the things today. I don't know what happened to me. X minus y and same as else if z double equals asterisk. In C++ we use asterisk for multiplication. We have asterisk in this a character is always in single quotes. So here we have cout x asterisk, or when x multiplies by y with y equals x asterisk y and now the real fun thing in this function is going to be when you will divide. So when you will divide, else if z double equals the division sign, division sign. Okay, now we are going to use another if statement in this. You know why? Because if for example a user enters if the second if user enters b as 0, then the function is going to be then the answer of the expression is going to be undefined, but this program is not going to say that it is undefined. It's just going to give 0 or an error in the program. But we actually want the user to know that the answer of this question, or the answer of your expression, is undefined when the denominator is 0. So that is why else if uh, if uh, if y equals double equals 0, if y double equals 0, it outputs, it outs that undefined. It lets the user know that the answer of this expression is going to be undefined because the denominator is 0. And else if the denominator, if y is not equal to 0, then cout the same, the x divide y equals, I'm sorry, I am just messing all things up today, but it's Sunday. It's Sunday, so I'm good. X divided by y and L. All right. Yep. So now what is going to happen? So, and also we have to declare the prototype of this function on the top. So that's how the compiler is going to know that you also made a function after the main function, and when you will call the function, so your compiler will know that where to go from here, where to transfer the control from here, and from where to take to bring the control back to the place where the function was called. So we are declaring so we are writing the prototype of the function. So void, so we are just going to write the function heading. So void calculator, there's no space, void calculator float x, float y, and I should have wrote the rest of the stuff on the next page, but I'm so miser, I'm so stingy, that's why I'm not doing it. Alright, and char z. Alright, so this is our prototype. So what's going to happen is when the user when this program is going to be executed, it's going to output enter first number, and then it's going to ask for the input from the user for a, which is our float value. So the user will enter any number, then it's going to come here and ask for the second number, and then it's going to ask for the operator. Once the system gets these three values, it's going to shift the flow of control to this to the function, and here we are calling the function calculator. We have the prototype, so we don't have to worry about anything. So this prototype takes three actual parameters. These actual parameters, so the flow of control will shift towards the function body after the function main, because we have declared the prototype. Now these three actual parameters, these three formal parameters are going to be replaced by these three actual parameters values which the user has just entered. Now if the third, so now these three formal parameters are already replaced, so this z is going to be replaced by the so a b oper. So a b and so z is upper now, so it's already replaced. So if upper double equals positive, is going to output x plus y equals the result. Same with the differentiation, with the multiplication. But in the division case, if we use else if, and then we use another if statement, if else statement inside else if, so it's a nested if else statement inside else if statement. If y double or if b, it's already replaced. So if y double equals 0, we see out that is result is undefined. Else, it's see out the same thing, x y equals x divided by y, and it outputs the result. Alright guys, I'm already out of time. I hope you guys got an idea, and you guys know how to create the calculator function in C++ using the void function calculator. Thank you guys so much.